some butter from the neighbors. And the neighbors found out about it and told Gunnar. And Gunnar couldn't believe what he was hearing. As I said, he was a very wealthy man, so there was no need for them to steal food. So Gunnar went to his wife Hadgerða and asked her, Hadgerða, did you really steal butter from our neighbors? And Hadgerða doesn't answer him directly. She only asks him, who told you? Gunnar says, well, our neighbors told me. They found out about it. And Gunnar was actually so mad at Hadgerða that he ended up slapping her in her face, telling her, never do this again. We don't steal from our neighbors. I'm gonna fast forward now a little bit in the story. Basically there's a lot of killing going on in the meantime. So Hadgerða let some of the neighbors' slaves being killed for them telling on her. They then kill some of their slaves and so on. Lots of killing going on. Jumping forward to a scene where Gunnar and Hadgerða are at home. Gunnar is in his garden. And from the far distance he sees men on horses approaching them. Obviously warriors. Obviously coming with the purpose of killing Gunnar. And Gunnar rushes down to his house and he grabs a spear as his weapon first. And the people that were approaching, they actually didn't see Gunnar. So they are sending now one of the men forward first to check if Gunnar is home at all. So one man walks towards Gunnar's house, is trying to look through the window. In that moment, Gunnar puts a spear right through the man's stomach. The man actually doesn't die immediately. He makes it back to his friends. Watch out, now comes a scene of classical Viking humor. His friends ask him, and is Gunnar home? And he says, well, I don't know about Gunnar, but his spear is sure home. Then he dies. Yeah, Viking humor. But, so yep, the friends know Gunnar's home, and the great fighting scene starts taking place. Gunnar has now switched his weapon to his bow. And as I said, he was very famous. He was very famous for his archery skills, and he actually did an amazing job keeping all these men away from him, killing one after another. And things were looking actually pretty good. Up to this one moment when Gunnar's bowstring breaks in half. Without a bowstring, pretty difficult to shoot a bow. So he now turns to his wife Hadgerða, who, remember, has this beautiful hair reaching all the way down to the ground. So he turns around to her and asks her, Hadgerða, could you give me some of your beautiful long hair so I could fix my bowstring and continue protecting us? Hadgerða turns around to him and she says, no. Remember that one day when you slapped me in my face? Today is the day I'm gonna take my revenge and I'm not gonna give you any of my hair. So having heard that, it's not much that Gunnar can do. Without a bow, pretty difficult to protect yourself. So things go as they have to go. The men are getting closer and closer. They at some point make it into Gunnar's house and they end up killing Gunnar. So what does the story teach you? Always be good to your wives.
You heard that?